anyway, welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we got two special guests. We got Ryan and we got Tino. So today we're gonna be doing a movie review. Spoilers for Across the Spider-Verse, by the way. I forgot to mention.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, there are spoiler-free interviews though. Actually, yeah, you're right. The actual scene with like medieval vulture and the whole film at the beginning, I didn't really like it that much because it didn't feel crammed in because it's not. It's the opening to the film. But I feel like they could have performed the whole scene a lot better.
That's something that I don't like, though. That he started off as a joke, and his character,
I think they wanted
his character change was like a little abrupt to me. I was like,
I was confused through that whole movie.
I mean, I think it worked.
How did he become a part of like the main character plot?
Well, he's the main villain.
It was like a little recap for the people who hadn't seen the first one.
Yeah.
And that, like, you know, that's what I understand why we don't like it, because it's like, we've seen the film, like it's obviously.
And I don't. It's not like I dislike Gwen. I love Gwen. She's a great character. I just feel like this is more of a Miles movie, and I get why they can. Gwen's the secondary main character. I get that.
Right.
But I feel like they should go down a little differently.
Let's talk about the middle, la mitad of the film. Like, what was the
during the introduction of the spiders or Perdita Parker?
Perdita Parker.
You know, here, let me. I'll sum up the middle for you guys, and I'll tell you where to stop talking about it. The introduction of Perdita Parker. I'm probably butchering that name right now.
Hold on. Who?
Peter B. Parker.
Oh, the Indian Spider-Man. Okay.
I'm like,
yo, why are you saying Peter Parker's name so weird?
Yeah,
I'm saying with a really Hispanic accent.
I'm like, yo, what's up with your?
So we'll talk about that opening, and we'll stop like right before Miles gets the chase.
Okay.
We'll stop right there.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm gonna say it right now. I loved Spider-Man India, and I'm so happy that he's on the team that Gwen formed. And
he seems like a really chill guy.
That whole introduction scene that was great. And the whole scene where like they're just trying to stop Spot, like that, it just felt so much like Spider-Man. Like it felt like I was watching Spider-Man 2 for the first time, fighting Doc Ock. That's what it felt like for me. That's what it felt like, just like differently, obviously, because it's not the same Spider-Man. Then the whole scene where Miles saves, what was the captain? Was it like, what was the guy's name that he saved? Captain Singh or something?
Inspector Singh.
Yeah. Captain Inspector.
Same. That's like the Captain Stacy of that universe, though. Inspector Singh. Thank you for that. I'm surprised you got that. Thank you so much. He saved Inspector.
I
don't know if it's Captain, but I know that it's like that. But that was his canon moment. That was like the Captain Stacy moment.
Here's the thing. I felt like he would have remembered that if everyone wasn't screaming in the theater.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons
We had a lot of
we were
opening night.
We were. And you know what made it loud? Us.
Yeah,
we were loud.
We were clapping when nobody was clapping.
It happens all the time with the Liam.
Like the scene where let me get to it. But when Spider-Man India, like they saved the whole people, and they saved Inspector Singh. Like when the city was clapping for them, we were clapping.
Yeah, we were like,
it was just me and you at first. It was just me and Josiah's clapping at first, and then the whole theater just starts clapping.
You know,
that was
something stupid.
You know what's funny? Our theater clapped the loudest for that scene. That was it.
Like was it that scene? Just that
it was
scene?
the ending.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they say
I don't even think the ending was that loud, really, because I got it.
But I think when the canon moment happens where they save Singh, that's when Spock comes in. He's like, all right, I'm gonna eat this universe.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if that universe is gonna live. Maybe I don't know. I'm not.
We'll see. That was the Spot. Well, in this movie is actually kind of scary.
Actually, no, I'm kind of wrong.
Yeah.
And you know what's cool about Spot when he went into the cameos of like the other.
We didn't even talk about that.
That one.
Oh, I'll say two things real quick. Lego Spider-Man was animated by a 14-year-old. He's amazing. I'll get it. You should plug his channel when you edit this later.
Watch this scene right here.
Yeah,
the
whole Lego Spider-Man scene was animated by
I really like that, and he was like, "Thank you, Lego Spidey, you're our best."
Yeah. Oh, I was really happy to hear that. Like when they said Lego Spider-Man was one of the best. Anyway, so I'm getting myself. That was amazing. The best part of that was that it was animated by a 14-year-old. I didn't even know that until after. And then there was also the Venom cameo, which if you look back, if you watched Venom Let There Be Carnage, it's literally just the scene of Miss Chen.
I knew
it's
that.
Miss Chen talking to whatever his girlfriend's name or ex-girlfriend.
Annie.
I'm surprised. Thank you for remembering this. This is like small stuff I missed.
I
didn't watch the movies.
I don't like either Venom movies, and I
liked Let There Be Carnage. I didn't watch the movies. I didn't watch the movies. I didn't watch the movies. I liked Let There Be Carnage.
I hate that.
I think it was just too short.
We could have another discussion of Let There Be Carnage, because that movie sucks. It was horrible. The cameo or the movie?
But yeah, no, that scene with Miss Chen.
The movie, the Carnage one.
The whole scene with Miss Chen was just edited.
The cameo was good though.
It was pretty cool.
So they literally just edited Let There Be Carnage with Spot instead of Annie. But the cameo's right. Let me get back to what I was.
What happened?
Did they edit it? I don't think they did. because they actually had a conversation.
Nah,
didn't
she was
involve
just.
No,
Venom.
if you look at the scene, just watch. I'll show you later. But yeah. Anyway, so back to where I was talking about in the plot. Then Issa Rae, Spider Woman, comes in. She's like, "All right, we got this," and I was wrong. That universe is fine because remember, the bunch of the Spider people came in to contain it.
Mhm.
I'm about to get into like a bunch of the cameos, so I'll start that off. Then they go into Earth. It was 928, right? Miguel's universe. There was that. That was like it was Nueva.
I thought that was 1640.
Nueva York. That was Spider-Man 2099's universe, and he made it the Spider Society's home planet or
Right.
home universe. That whole scene was amazing. Like the introduction and every cameo that they had in that scene. Like the cameos were not the reason I came to see the movie, but although definitely a part of it. I
Oh,
liked.
you know, I wasn't even expecting those cameos
Yeah.
to be in
Here's
there.
So one of the best parts. So they're walking around. They're seeing a bunch of different Spider-Man. We see Ben Reilly played by Andy Samberg. That was really great. See, they butchered him. They freaking butchered him. They made him like really emo. Those like he was really.
Yeah,
I mean, I get
it's
why.
not like he was a main character.
No, I know, but he was going to be.
Spider
If you look at
Punk-
all the promotional stuff, he was gonna be. Anyway.
Oh, yeah?
There's something
so-
that's been on my mind. Spider Punk's look.
Oh, I didn't
The-
even get to talk about
the
Spider-Man.
way
Oh,
they did
No,
that.
we're gonna talk about like the characters individually.
After we talk about the whole
Like,
plot, after we talk
main-
about the whole plot, we can talk about anything.
But
we like
since we're talking about the middle of it, I never knew Spider B Parker
Spider B.
knew Miguel like that.
Wait, hold on, what?
he said Spider B Parker. He said he doesn't know why.
The one with the baby.
Peter B. Parker.
He said he
Yeah,
didn't
Peter
know
B.
that he
Parker,
knew
no.
Miguel that well, but like none of us did.
Oh,
Anyway,
No. Yeah, because they were together for a little bit.
yeah.
No, apparently
I think
they were
I think
close like
Peter B
that.
might have been one of the few Spider-Man that formed the Spider Society.
No, apparently he was. It was Miguel, the pregnant lady, and him.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they started that, and the way they started it was trying to get Miguel back with his family, but then they destroyed that Earth.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we saw a bunch of different things. Like we saw the car Spider-Man, which I thought it was just a car. It wasn't a buggy. It was literally called Peter Parked Car. That was his name.
Really?
Peter parked car.
That's what his name. And if you look
That was
at
the funniest
if
thing.
you look at all the Spider-Man on it, there was a few different. There was the Spider-Man from the Last Stand.
There
who
was
on the-
Venom Spider Woman with
There were,
the
you know,
four
the
arms.
Spider-Man with, like the button-up jacket, the one from the Last Stand. You know what I'm talking about? I'll send you a photo later.
I know what you're talking
Yeah, him and the Lego Spider-Man came back. I don't know if you. It's like a blink and you'll miss it.
I saw
moment.
it. He's right there.
He was right on top of like the mirror display of the car. He was standing and he's like this small, like he's really tiny.
I think I saw a TikTok about that.
I saw it on a breakdown. But yeah, Spider-Man Lego was back for like a quick second, but you did see him. He's really tiny. Then they go into like the prison area where like they have all the people locked up, and then during that whole scene you see like a bunch of like Doc Ock and that Mysterio is the one from Spider-Pig's universe. That's the same one.
Yeah.
Because
Mysterio?
Mysterio, there's a universe. I forgot the number, the designation number, but there's a universe where it's literally just like all the Marvel characters, like not just like Spider-Man characters, like Iron Man, all that. They're all different animals. That's all one universe.
Yeah, I saw
the
Iron.
villain, the Mysterio from that universe is Mysterio.
Yeah, apparently there was Iron Spider was in the movie.
He might, yeah. Oh yeah, Iron Spider. Was
Yeah, you remember when I pointed him out?
Yeah,
there?
you pointed it out to me. When, I think you pointed it out even in the
Yeah,
trailer too.
I couldn't really tell because I wasn't.
But it
really
wasn't the
focusing.
MCU. It was the comic one.
I know.
But anyway, so we saw Mysterio. There were definitely a few cameos. There were the villain ones, and not the villain. There were the video game ones, and then we see Insomniac Spider-Man. And I looked it up after I watched the movie online. They had it as Insomniac. They didn't call him PS4 Spider-Man. They called him Insomniac Spider-Man because that's the brand name.
When I saw
And
that,
then it said, I looked at the universe number. I looked it up. It's the same one from the game. That's the same
Yeah.
exact one.
I mean, bro, they literally took that from the trailer of the video game.
I know. But what's it called? So then we get to Miguel's not introduction, but reintroduction, like him introducing out the Miles, and he's always being, he's
down.
like, what's that?
Him slowly going down
Yeah,
his
yeah,
elevator.
he was pissed. But like at first, Miles was like, "Oh, I'm really excited to meet you," and Miguel played it off like he was excited to meet him too. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and he gets pissed.
Yeah,
But
Like,
here's the
but
thing.
he got the empanada. He got the empanada. So I'm not. Then
Bro,
that's all that
the
matters.
empanada's the best. You know the
Where
first
did
time.
Miles even pull that from? Like he just had it on him. That's what I'm wondering. Anyway.
That was a good question. I didn't see him ever get
You
that.
know that happens a
He-
lot in Spider-Man movies.
He
Like,
probably-
where did
nah,
they keep? Where does he keep his phone?
You know how Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Spider-Ham had the hammer space?
Yeah,
He's probably had hammer space for an empanada.
yeah. Like,
So,
where
yeah.
does he keep that stuff?
We find
Yeah,
out that,
always.
and then we see Miguel introduce us to canon moments. His was he tried to save his universe, or not his universe, but it wasn't his. He saved another one, and he destroyed that universe. And it reminded me so much of Multiverse of Madness, where like universes were being destroyed. Like if you ever watch it, there's a scene in.
I haven't went, but I know what you're talking
But you
about. 'cause
definitely
I've
should watch
seen,
it.
like,
There's a
breakdowns
scene
and
where
stuff
like
about the movie.
there's a universe that Strange and Christine Palmer go to where it's like all falling apart. I think it's the exact same way they're doing it. Like the multiverse whole, I think Sony's staying very true to like Marvel MCU multiverse. They're keeping that. They're definitely staying true to that just to not like screw it up and mess it up.
Yeah.
And I think like you know how like a lot of people were finding it questionable about the whole canon like for Sony's Spider-Man universes. I think this kind of like sorted the whole thing out.
Here's the thing with Miguel. Remember that one scene where he says, "Don't even get me started with the Doctor Strange and Spider-Man."
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
1999. They put that at the beginning and not when he was talking to them.
Yeah, they changed it from the
I thought,
show.
I was so confused when I was
You
like,
know why
yeah.
I think they're,
I'm like, wait,
I'm
why do you
gonna
say it now? And
Right. I
not
was like,
tomorrow?
I'm gonna
What
say
happened
I'm
here?
gonna say this right now. I think the reason they did that is because they're saving Tom's Peter for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I think that it's gonna. And you know how like this movie was like Gwen and Miles co-starring. I think the next movie's gonna be Tom's Peter and Miles co-starring because they have the same beliefs. Think about it.
I mean,
Miles.
hold on. Why would you think that? Like, there's
Listen,
no...
so Miles is gonna be like Gwen's. Okay, it might not be with Gwen or it might not be with Miles, but Gwen's probably gonna find that Peter. She's already gonna know about it because Miguel briefly mentioned it, and Peter's got nothing to lose in the universe. No one knows his identity. He can leave if he really wanted to and come back. He's probably gonna join Gwen's spider team.
Well, actually, MJ knows his identity after he went to the coffee shop.
Well, well, if you look at the credits,
She doesn't know he's Spider-Man,
But she
he's
says
like, "I'm Peter."
if you look at the subtitles, it's like she has like a brief recognition of something. She doesn't know it's Spider-Man though.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, he said, "Hi, I'm Peter B. Parker."
Peter Parker.
And he was like, I pauses there and he says, "I would like whatever coffee
Yeah,
he
yeah,
gets."
Yeah.
But she only knows his name. She doesn't know who he is
Yeah.
at all. Anyway, so
Like him and Jen
I think in
Ron.
Beyond Spider-Verse, what they could do is they can have Gwen take him in, because he has the same similar beliefs to Miles. Because I don't think Miles wants to kill Spot. I think he wants to help him. Because if Spot does not kill Jefferson Davis in the next movie, I think Miles is gonna want to help him, and Miguel's gonna be like, "No, you have to kill him." That's where Peter Parker from the MCU will step in. He'll be like, "Wait, we could change our events." Because if you look at No Way Home, as I know you're not a big fan of the movie, but I am. You know that. But
we know.
when Peter talks about it, and like when he's arguing with Strange, it reminded me so much of the scene of Miguel talking to Miles. Peter's like, "Well, you could change the past. We can't let them die." That's the same thing, but for Miles, it's his dad.
Yeah.
But Peter's trying to be like, he doesn't know these guys.
But
he
like
still
the
wants-
lizard said,
But like
in No Way
every
Home.
Spider-Man wants to help someone if they can do it. Like if he can help someone, he's gonna do it.
Here's the
So
thing.
I think Peter has from the MCU has very similar beliefs to Miles of this universe. And I could definitely see them working together in the next movie.
Here's the thing. I have two things to go with that. What if Gwen accidentally finds that lizard, the real life lizard, and thinks that's Peter Parker, like hers, or like gets flashbacks or something like that?
Oh, speaking of something-
While she's trying to find him.
That's actually that's a really cool
Yes.
idea. And if
Speaking-
they do that, that's dope.
speaking of
they
Gwen-
gotta pay you for that first.
And then, and then I have a feeling she will get to, like, now that he says his theory, she will get him, but to have a chat with Miles, like to think his life choices or like try to forgive Gwen, that Gwen actually cares.
Yeah. And speaking of Gwen and her universe with like the lizard, I'm just gonna go back to that really quick.
was
Just to
so
say something. I don't think any of you guys knew this. I found out recently. That Peter Parker from that universe is voiced by Jack Quaid, which if you watch The Boys, you know Huey. You know Huey.
Huey?
Huey played Peter Parker from Gwen's
No
universe.
way. Have
he
you seen
played
The
her.
Boys?
Do you watch
Nah,
The Boys?
not yet.
Okay, Huey.
gotta
Is
see
like,
it.
you just watch Boys, you know. You'll hear the voice and then rewatch Spider-Verse. Huey played that Peter
Note
Parker.
to self: there's a lot of scenes that
Just start-
kids or your viewers should not see.
Yeah, it's a TVMA series. That's all. I'll say.
It's a very-
But watch it. It's actually a really good show. Anyway, I'm not talking about The Boys. Just go watch it on Prime Video. No, I'm kidding.
You go- Prime, sponsor us, please.
Anyway, so then we get to Miguel. Like after he's introduced, he's talking about cannon points, and then we see like all these scenes going around. And this is where Miles is starting to get pissed. Like he's like, we can't just let people die. Which like, who would want that? To
He's
happen?
like, did you even
Like
try
if
to
you
save
could
these
stop
people?
it, and if you could change it and not break the multiverse, do it.
Right.
You know. But Miguel's like, we gotta play it too safe.
Here's the thing: I
even
don't
though-
think Miguel knows if that is caused by that or Spot causing those holes.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the end of the movie now, but I'll finish what I'm saying about the middle. Then we're talking about Miguel's arguing with Miles at this point, and Miles is like, we gotta save people. And then I'm just gonna talk about the cameos, really not cameos, but like scenes in the background.
Yeah,
really quick.
yeah.
Then we see like all these different like hexagons opening up of like all the different universes. I'll tell you all the ones I noticed. Spectacular, obviously. Amazing Spider-Man with Captain Stacy's death.
Right. That was like
Toby
mad
with-
up front too.
Yeah. Toby's with what's it called? With his
Uncle
Uncle
Ben.
Ben. But there's
Also
one
in
thing,
the bell
there's
tower.
one. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Andrew Garfield
There's
with that one.
We didn't see Gwen.
Yeah.
No, we didn't see Gwen, did we?
Did we see
I don't
Gwen
think we
dying?
did.
No, we didn't see Gwen
No,
dying.
I
but
think
he
they
was
should have
crying
put that
about it.
instead of putting.
Yeah,
I know
they
why they
mentioned
put
that.
Cap. I know why they put Captain Stacy with Garfield.
Because it was everybody's.
Because it was
Captain
everyone.
Stacy
But
thought.
if they put Gwen, it would have had such a bigger effect. I don't know, but it's not. I know why they didn't, because it's just they're talking about Captain Stacy.
I
But
know when they did all the
there's
uncles.
one that you might have missed. There's one like Spider-Man from a different universe that it's from a video game. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game from like 2014. They put
Oh.
Uncle Ben's death scene from that in the scene.
Yeah,
Like
I
I could show
noticed.
you it later.
Oh, they did.
They put it.
where he's like, oh,
Yes, but not the Andrew Garfield one. Like the one, you know, if you, I don't know, you probably haven't played it, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game that was like coincided with the movie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, no, yeah.
that game,
His animation
Uncle Ben,
is so weird.
He looks
'cause it's
different.
like,
He doesn't look. He's not Andrew Garfield. They put Uncle Ben's death from that scene. They put that
Here's what I noticed with the uncle's death.
because I played the game. I played it all the time.
Yeah.
Uncle Aaron. I noticed that he died the same way all the Uncle Bens died.
Yeah,
but
well,
by
he
getting
didn't-
shot.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Pretty much.
I didn't notice
He
that
was his
until
Uncle
the
Ben moment.
I didn't notice that until the second.
Miles'
movie.
Uncle Ben moment was obviously Uncle Aaron, but his Captain Stacy moment was going to be his dad. So I understand why Miles wants to stop it.
But I
And
think he's gonna stop his dad. I 100% believe that he's.
he'll probably they can't. I mean,
Either
if they do
that-
it, that's really ballsy of them. But I get why.
Either that, or I feel like Miguel is going to threaten Miles' mom. I have a feeling.
Yo, actually, that's not a bad like accusation, cause
It's possible.
Yeah, cause Miguel could just be like, if your son doesn't come with me, I'll kill you.
Or like, yeah.
And
like,
knowing
I'm gonna
Miguel's
kill your
not
mom if you don't let your dad die. But I have
Yeah.
a feeling his mom's
Knowing
gonna smack
Miguel,
him in the nuts
he's
or
gonna be
some
like,
shit.
you know what? I'm actually gonna kill him. Like
Yeah.
Miguel will kill. But anyway, we're basically at the end of the middle now. We're like near the end of the movie, pretty much.
Donald Glover, you gotta talk about that.
Oh, I do have to talk about Donald Glover. I missed that part.
Talk
How
about
did I
who?
miss that? Anyway, seeing
Yo,
Donald Glover
when
as
we saw Donald freaking Glover, bro.
the Prowler, and if you know enough about Miles Morales, you know he's like the direct inspiration for it. Like Marvel created him because of that one Community episode where he wore the Spider-Man shirt. That started a campaign online. People wanted Donald Glover to play Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Like when they recasted Toby, they were looking for a new actor. And when that episode of Community came out with Donald Glover in the Spider-Man shirt, you've seen it, right? That clip.
No, I had no idea that.
Okay, so
Miles
there's
was
if you
inspired by
I
in
didn't
that.
even know
the
that was
scene
the
there's a
clip.
scene in Community where it's just his character Troy Barnes waking up in a Spider-Man shirt. Like there's literally nothing. It's just a throwaway joke.
Really?
And online, like in 2010s, a lot of people were starting a campaign online saying, I think it was Donald for Spider-Man, and they wanted Donald Glover to play Spider-Man, like Peter Parker. Miles Morales wasn't a thing till I think 2012. I think it was
What was the
2012.
thing? We
What?
never put a spoiler for the first Miles movie.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah. Anyway, so they started the campaign, and it was really popular. But then eventually they ended up just casting Andrew, and then whatever, people didn't care anymore, whatever. But if you watch Ultimate Spider-Man, well, like the original cartoon,
Yeah,
Donald Glover voiced Miles in that universe.
that's right.
Here's the
He
thing,
did.
So he was like the inspiration for. That's the whole inspiration for creation of Miles Morales. But and then this movie, and he played Uncle Aaron in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He played.
That's right.
He played
yeah,
Aaron
he
Davis.
plays Aaron.
And if you look at this
Aaron
movie,
Davis.
it's very possible that that's the MCU's Aaron Davis.
I mean,
I mean,
that
they could-
is the MCU's.
Yeah, but it's
Aaron
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
but they could be a different actor. Like think of Doctor Strange. His variants are played by the same guy. Like I know Spider-Man is played by this different actors, but like variants are like it could be literally anything. Variants
Wait, but
are
is it
very-
true that they're gonna make a live action movie of
They said
the
they're
Miles
doing-
Morales?
Amy Pascal, like the head producers of most of these Spider-Man movies, she said that they're doing a Miles Morales movie in live action. I don't know.
Yeah,
if it's
I
that.
heard about
they,
that,
They
but,
said
like-
the same thing about them doing Amazing Spider-Man 3, but I doubt it.
They said the same thing about the Sinister Six too, and we're still waiting on that.
yeah, we're never getting that. I'll tell you right now, we're never getting that.
I'm not surprised.
Anyway, so yeah, no, that cameo was like, and it's not even like a big deal anymore because like I think they want to get Aaron Davis or not Aaron Davis, Childish Gambino in all these projects.
Yeah,
Because it's Miles Morales, like he's the inspiration for Miles, like whether it's like a short background, and he was into the Spider-Verse, like he was on Aaron Davis's TV from that scene.
yeah, I remember that.
And what's it called? Oh yeah, that's the community scene I was talking about with the shirt.
Oh yeah,
and-
that's the part. in
Yeah,
that movie.
that was it. And yeah, I think they're definitely setting more up for that. And just seeing animation with live action blend into one scene. We saw it earlier in the movie too with Miss Chen. I think they could pull that off. Like if they
Yeah,
wanted to
it
bring
was
live
like
action.
it's like that one old movie. I forgot what that movie was called. It was like Looney
Who
Tunes.
Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It was like that movie.
And I think there was a Looney Tunes. I don't know. It was a Mickey Mouse movie. I think.
There was
I don't know. It was a Disney movie or something. I think it was
There's
Roger
like
Rabbit.
this really old cartoon. I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon. When I saw him in the thing,
2099. Are you talking about Ultimate Spider-Man when he went into 2099's universe and the animation is completely different?
I think so. I don't know, but they involved like this old Spider-Man, right? I don't know how to explain. They involved this old Spider-Man show with that Spider-Man in it, and he straight up went up into the camera. I started freaking.
Oh yeah,
out when I
Ultimate
saw
Spider-Man
that.
was known for fourth wall breaks. He did that a lot. If you watched it,
yeah, I don't like.
you watched
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Excuse me, you watched Spectacular.
That's the one I'm talking about. Spectacular Spider-Man.
Did you?
You never seen 2099, but he's talking about when Spectacular was in the movie.
Yeah,
So
that scene it was very abrupt.
that
but
was I was like,
we're
yo,
about to
Spectacular.
we're about to get to
I know,
we're about to
like,
get to
I
the
was
end
so
of the movie. But
excited.
during that scene, he only had one line. It was like, "We know it hurts Miles, but it's the truth." Like that's all.
Yeah, that's-
I mean, I
yeah.
get why they had to do like one line. They can't make Josh the main character. I get why. Like I wanted them to. Like down in my heart, I wanted them to do it. But
Yeah.
they couldn't. It's like if they want to make a good plot, like they had to do that.
Here's
But
what
I
I was
get it.
confused about the most during the whole chase.
Mm.
The goddamn dinosaur.
But we're about to get to the chase. 'Cause We're about to
Come
get to the
from
chase. 'Cause
that.
We're about to get to the end of the movie. So we're like just as I think now we're good to like talk about the end of the movie. You know, so I think we'll include like the whole chase sequence, and then we'll talk about just like right at the end of the movie. So you want to start that out?
Since it's near the end of the movie, Peter B. Parker, when it was just him, Spider-Man, and the daughter,
Yeah.
where he was like, "I want my daughter to be like you." I don't think he genuinely meant to send
I know
everyone.
everything he said to Miles in that scene. He meant. He
Yeah, I
definitely
don't think he ever meant to like lure everyone to where he was.
No, he didn't.
My
I don't
friend-
think he did.
My
I
friend
think
was
Miguel was
recording
just
like some of his
spying.
reactions in the scene, like in the whole movie. Like he was recording some of his reactions, and the scene where Peter B's talking to Miles, like because he's running. Well, I want you to talk about the chase because I've spoken a bit for a minute, so I'll catch my breath. But
Yeah, me and a group of friends are dressing up as Spider-Man, and we're just gonna wait. We've convinced our two vice principals. They're letting us wait in the principal's office, all of us as Spider-Man, right there in his office.
He's gonna be like, "Excuse me, sir."
You're under arrest.
Yeah, we're all just gonna wait there. We're gonna be like, we need to talk to you about your criminal behavior in the school.
And they're all gonna be like,
you need to change some policies around.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the ending, right? We finally, and I'm gonna touch on what you said about Tom Holland Spider-Man
Right.
possibly being in the next film.
Because they brought Andrew and Toby.
Right.
Like,
When it comes to like their
Dynamic.
beliefs and their their morals,
Right.
Miles' morals. When it comes to that stuff,
What you laughing about?
He said Miles Mortals.
I don't care. That's funny.
it's like the same thing. But
Right.
the thing that the lizard said is the truth. It's
Mhm.
like when you want to help people, there are always consequences, and that's something that Tom Holland had to endure. Like
he lost May.
He not only did he lose May,
Uncle
He
Ben,
lost his identity.
he
His
lost his
parents.
entire existence of the planet.
He
bro.
lost his entire his
He-
entire life was taken from him. pretty
He
much.
lost everything. His parents, then Uncle Ben,
Which
then
I don't-
Tony.
The
Then-
the MCU never really touched on Uncle Ben's death though. Like they
He
mentioned
was
him
dead
here.
before they introduced him.
Yeah, I think what they could do is I think like, the MCU's Uncle Ben was May. I'd say that now.
Yeah, basically.
Because like,
But the one thing is like the one thing I still don't understand is
One
why he
thing-
became Spider-Man.
and our friend Caleb in our shop, he mentioned one time that like the Tom Spider-Man trilogy is his one movie arc. Like
Yeah, his origin story.
his origin story is the trilogy, and I think that if you look at it like that, it works really well.
Yeah, but
Here's
it
a-
still doesn't make sense. Like,
here's
it's like,
another
why
thing-
did he become Spider-Man? Why?
Mm.
If May is
We,
Uncle
we
Ben,
have to get some kind of backstory. I
Doesn't
get
make
that.
No, but like as I was saying about that movie, that is the only Spider-Man movie that doesn't show Spider-Man getting bit by a spider.
so when it comes to the ending, right? What happened was that Miles,
He booked it. He
this
booked
dude,
it.
he basically figured out that like because he
Was
he
bit
messed
from the
up,
wrong spider.
like he got bit by the wrong
They
spider.
called him an anomaly.
He was not supposed to be Spider-Man, and that he's supposed to let his father die, so that way he can truly
you just
become
worded that, that got me laughing.
Spider-Man. Like I mean, that's how you want me to say it.
No,
No, it's just fun.
to pass away.
No, no.
Let him die.
Actually, no.
Hmm.
They say he was the first anomaly because that spider wasn't.
He
from
was
this
dead.
earth.
I don't think there's plenty of anomalies in Spider-Verse that Miguel like let slip over his head.
But here's the thing, Miles wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man. If he didn't get bit by the spider, that Peter Parker would still be alive. He mentioned that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the Miles in that
But
universe,
it's not the
in 42
Miguel
would have been Spider-Man.
When Miguel was beating the hell out of Miles, the way he was talking about how Miles shouldn't have become Spider-Man, it was like he was putting it on him. The only reason this is happening is because the Spot brought that spider in.
right.
But
And
if
Yeah, and
Right.
he's blaming.
he's blaming Miles because he's got some kind of personal thing for Miles. I don't know. I think it's racially motivated. No, I'm kidding.
It is.
Part of it has
He's
to
mad
be.
that there's another Hispanic Spider-Man in Spider-Man.
there can only be one.
the only one. That's the cool thing about that ending was that at the end of the film, Miles is like, oh, like I can't let my dad die, and he's
No
like,
one
I'm-
would want that.
he's
No
like,
one does.
Right. He's like, I'm sorry, but like this is what you're gonna have to do. Like this mofo up here, like he's like, I'm sorry, this is what you're gonna have to do. Like that's not my problem. If you
Yeah.
don't want your dad to die, that sucks. I
He's
had my
like-
daughter die, so I don't care. So like, so
I think after he lost his daughter, he just couldn't give a shit about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, it was his daughter and his wife.
yeah, he lost his daughter and his wife, and he
Was
just
that his
doesn't-
wife
doesn't
and daughter,
care
or was that
anymore.
his other universe's wife and daughter?
That is a good question.
He lost both.
Oh, he lost both.
Both universes.
Yeah, he killed them
that's
both.
That's why he tried to go to the other one. So anyway, so he's like, nah, I can't let you do that, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna dip, like how I said I would dip at the security
Well,
guards.
they put him in the thing, and then what's it called? Spider Punk was a G because he said use your palms, and he
He
just
was
burst
like-
it out.
Yeah,
He tapped on. He's like,
Yeah, I.
and then Spider Punk was just like, "Alright, peace, I'm out."
He said
It's-
"Screw
it's
this.
the
You're
way
not-
they-
I'm not messing with him. I'm getting out of here."
Yeah, but yeah, so then once Miles starts to run away, every Spider-Man is like, he's like, "Yo, attack Spider-Man!" Everybody's like, "You."
That was
that scene was mad
That
funny.
joke was hilarious.
and he was
that
like,
was-
"Did
that
I
was
have
great.
something
I'm
on my
glad they
face?" Like,
included
that was really really funny.
I wish they didn't put it in the trailers though, because that would have been perfect. Like if that was like
that would have
if we
been a
didn't know it
perfect
was gonna
surprise.
Yeah, it would have been.
There
a
was
perfect
definitely a
surprise.
few things in the trailers I said that I definitely think they shouldn't have put in. Yeah, that's the only thing they definitely shouldn't have put in trailers.
Here's what confused me is the way they drew Spider Punk, with all that different
well,
variants
you know
and
why
pictures
they,
and
you know
stuff
why
like
they
it's
did
from a
it?
newspaper.
You know,
Yeah,
in Spider
that makes
Punk's,
sense. I understand
I
that.
know why though. You know, in Spider Punk's introduction, he's like, I don't believe in consistency. They changed his animation style every scene because it's not consistent.
Oh,
That's why they did. I loved his animation. We'll get to the animation.
I loved it. I was just
right now we're
confused.
just talking about the plot. At the end of this video, we'll talk about like everything else, like anything we liked about it, just stuff we liked.
But I'm putting
Gripes.
out ever
Yeah.
since I saw Spider Punk, I've been playing the Spider-Man game only as Spider Punk.
Yeah,
I like his
him.
design in this movie a lot more than I do in the comics. I'll be honest.
He's-
yeah.
When I went to the
Like at
movie
first
with
when I
that,
saw the action figures, like the Marvel Legends, when I saw it, I was like, it's kind of ugly.
You know the saddest part was like for Miles's character was when he realizes that like all the Spider people knew about this, and, like,
Especially, he was pissed when Gwen found out. Not pissed, he was upset.
he was like, "Yo, how could you
like
do this to me?"
all of
Like,
his friends knew that.
yeah,
was
because he trusted
Even
these
Penny
people, he trusted
came
these
back.
people, and they manipulated him into thinking that they're back to be friends
Sounds
to
like
get
someone-
him to do what they needed him
They
to do, so that
manip-
way he
they-
can
sounds
go
like
back.
awfully someone in this room.
What? What? I didn't hear what you said.
Bro, how can you? I put in like.
I was listening to him.
I said it sounds like awfully someone in this room.
Wait, what were you saying? that you
He
did?
he did that once.
What did I do?
And that ended the whole friend group for like a good.
Wait, what
2
did I do?
months.
Oh, what? Like keep a secret from everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
like he
happened.
manipulated us at one point.
That was a whole thing. Can we talk about personal crap later?
He is a real Tobey Maguire. Hello, I'm doing a podcast right now.
Oh my god, this guy.
Okay.
Jesus.
bro.
We were saying, I'm sorry.
Pretend to his girl, bro.
It went,
I got Black Cat with me. Go.
Yo, could you imagine? He's like, what?
Nah,
she will kick my
speaking
ass.
of-
I see her in school.
Speaking of Black
Sorry
Cat,
for the
If I
language.
was Spider Man and I had the and say I'm PS4 Spider Man, I am PS4 Spider Man.
No, you're
If
not.
I had the opportunity between that MJ and Black Cat, I'm dipping. I'm sorry, MJ.
So yeah, once he figures out that like he was being manipulated by the people that he trusted, he's like broken. He's like a broken person, and
Take
then
that,
and then
you
Miguel
stupid.
is like ruthless, and he's telling him, he's like, you weren't even supposed to be Spider-Man. Like
He
you
called
know,
him a mistake.
yeah, like you're a mistake. Like you're
Dude,
not
that's
supposed to be
when
Spider-Man.
That
nah,
was
when that
too
scene happened. I
far.
looked at you. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he looked at me. He was like,
and like, but
No, it's a
like,
Spider Man therapy scene. It's all.
oh yeah. He looked at my uncle.
Let me guess. He died.
yeah, no, but actually, most kids nowadays are being called mistakes. So like them
Can
putting
we
it
not
in.
talk about mistakes, man?
No, but I'm being so serious. When I watched the movie, the amount of kids I saw start crying.
How many
Almost-
kids?
No
do you-
way.
A lot of people
believe
started crying. I'm like, damn, y'all were traumatized.
All right.
And when he said that, I said, oh, bozo.
Miles gets jumped. He beats the hell out. He zaps. I thought he was gonna say hey when he had his sword.
I thought he was going to do that.
You know what I was so confused about though?
Hmm.
Like the entire chase scene.
What about it?
Why didn't he turn invisible? Like the entire time, I was like, "Yo,
I think he was just too like shocked. At
what
the
happened
moment.
with his
I'm
invisibility?"
not gonna. I'm
Because
not
at the
gonna-
end,
they
once
were
he
gonna-
finally gets into the portal, he turns invisible, and I was like, "Wait, why did
should've
he
just
take
stayed
so
the whole
long?"
time.
Like I was so confused why it took him so long to finally turn invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's like, "Oh, you know, the movie has to progress, so we can't." You know, like I understand that, but it's like,
But like, you could have added more of the ending if you would have just put him invisible. Like,
right. I was confused. I was like,
Definitely.
I was like,
He-
But I mean,
got-
I
he
think
could have
I'm
gotten
not
away.
gonna defend it, and it's probably just the sake of
Like-
like not thinking of it, which I think.
No, because remember, some of the Spider-Man have thermal vision.
I think that's true.
"Oh, yeah, you're
Some of
right."
them do.
Because what's the cyborg Spider-Man? could
The
do that.
Avatar one.
Yeah, yeah,
Notice. No, but even then, they didn't see.
I think the reason that he did it, and I'm not gonna say because it's probably just they definitely thought of it. They probably just didn't want to do it for any reason. I think the reason they chose not to is because they were like, all right, you know what? He's gonna be like in shock. This kid's about to find out his dad's about to die. He's not gonna think to even go invisible. He just wants to run. That's all he wants to do.
He wants to get
You're
away.
probably right. And then once he finally was able to escape, because I feel like it's when Miles gets scared where he cannot do that. Because even in the first one,
In the first movie, it was the opposite. When he got scared, he turned invisible. But
Yeah,
now he could do it on
but you
command.
remember there was a scene in the first movie where he was trying to. I think it was the fight
It
with
was
Kingpin,
when, yeah,
and he
he
turned.
tried to, but Kingpin was beating the hell out of him.
Yeah, he was just
He
turning
couldn't.
invisible and like visible again because he
Because
couldn't
Kingpin
control it
kept
'cause
punching him.
he was so
I think
afraid.
I think how his powers work is like when he gets punched or hit by it when he's still invisible, it decloaks.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Probably. That makes sense though. Anyway,
So yeah, that was a very tragic scene. And then Miles goes to his dimension.
his
And
dimension.
his dimension, and then he's like, "Mom, I need to tell you something." Like, I'm Spider-Man. She's like, "Este con aquí."
He's like, what you talking about, mijo?
I mean, and that's
Yeah.
she said, "Do you shoot web el culito?"
Yeah, do you web? Yo, she's like, "Do you web your culito?" And I was like, "Wait, what's the?"
You know what? Even before he reveals it, you know what made me think? Oh, he's not in the right universe. The lighting, the way it was colored and everything, that whole scene.
I didn't even
Here's
realize
here's
that.
the worst part. This is going into personal. When she said the web thing, my Gwen looked right at me. I'm like, don't even think about it.
Yo, what?
Pause.
She looked right at me. I'm like, don't even think about it.
Bro,
I know.
You gotta stop talking about your Gwen, man.
bro, what's up with your Gwen, bro?
Your Gwen's wild.
know.
She needs to go to the bell tower.
You're messing up for that.
Yo,
And she looks a lot like that Gwen too. A lot.
Is she
like,
for real?
Yeah. But she made her hair to look like this one. I'm like, you're the
So
mixture
she shaved the side of her
both.
head off.
did she real?
No, you put super glue over your hand and you yanked it out.
Yo, could you? Ow,
That would hurt your
That
hand
would
too.
hurt.
That would burn your hand probably. Anyway,
Probably.
It,
Yeah,
it,
you're
it does. It doesn't burn your head.
But yeah, the
it's
reason-
the after sting that
even-
hurts. Don't ask how I know, but it does.
okay. Anyway, so
So yeah, so that's
The
what
reas-
happens,
the
and
reason
then he
I-
gets into his wrong unit, and he's like,
you know
and
the
and then we realize he's in the wrong universe.
the definitive moment of when we found out, oh, he's in the wrong universe, is when he glitched.
I was like,
That's when everyone found out.
And then the music came in, and that music was from the first movie when he first got bit.
Yeah. And then Uncle Aaron takes him, and he kidnaps him, and there's Miles there with his braids, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like that was the.
And Aaron looked
craziest-
older too, and he was alive. And,
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I noticed he was going to the wrong universe. When it scans him, it tells you what Earth they're
Well,
going
it didn't.
to.
It didn't though.
It did. It
It
said
didn't say Earth 42 until he shook Aaron's hand.
no. It didn't say that loud. It showed when they scanned him Earth 42 on that little.
Oh, on the
digital
machine,
thing.
yeah. It
on
said
the
Earth,
machine.
no
it
one
said
noticed
Earth
it.
42.
It
No,
flew, man.
it flew right
Except
there.
the
It said over-
Avatar knew.
Yeah.
The Avatar knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she still let him go. I
Spider
don't get
Bite.
why.
Oh yeah, I was wrong about the name. It's Spider Bite. That's what it
Spider
was.
Bite?
Yeah, like Gigabyte. You know.
Yeah. Because
Um,
remember,
so-
like it said,
She
it
sent
changed
him to
his
Earth 42
genes.
because I don't think she's on Team Miles because she literally joined Gwen's team. The reason she sent Earth 42 is because she knew that the spider was from this, so she just kind of figured, oh, he's from that universe. So yeah, that's I think that's why.
Here's what I was confused. When he was bit by the spider, why didn't he start glitching? Because technically
Well,
his...
he only has the powers from the spider. He wasn't.
Okay,
from
but
that universe.
part of him, like his insides, should start glitching.
Oh.
Because...
I mean, it's
like
his
his
DNA infused with another, so I don't think it's gonna matter. The
Well,
logic
his-
of,
I understand why he's.
I get why
confused,
he-
though.
Because his
No, I get
DNA changes to the venom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, now you
It
say
makes
that.
sense, but I mean, I get why he doesn't glitch because he's from that universe initially. But you know what?
Yeah,
that's-
his body is.
It's kind of like a big loophole. Like we'll never know. You know.
Ay, caramba.
Bro,
So-
you are not Bart Simpson.
Bro,
Who's the ending?
Bart Simpson says "ay caramba" all the time.
I don't watch The Simpsons like
You
that.
said you watched. Oh, you watched.
I seen The Simpsons movie. That's
We've
it.
seen the movie is different from the entire show.
Okay, whatever. Go on.
They
So-
predicted way too many things in that show.
Did they really?
Yeah, 9/11.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They did do that.
Corona.
They predicted Trump as president. Anyway, well, let's not talk about The
Yes, they did.
It
Simpsons.
was like, here's a brief interview about The Simpsons. So yeah, that was a crazy ending. Like I was like,
And then we see Gwen's team.
and then
Oh,
Gwen
and then
is
we
like-
see Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then Gwen figures out like, oh, he's in the wrong universe. It was such a scary scene.
And then her dad comes in and he's like, "Oh, some guy gave me something." It was Punk, and if you look back at the scene where like they're walking around Miguel's place, you could see Spider Punk stealing a ton of crap, and he
Yeah.
put together the watch from it.
I was like, yo, and then
In
all
case
the
it doesn't work out.
OG Spider-Man, Spider people who were in the first
Film.
It was
come
the
back
whole gang,
into
and
the
then they
Spider-Verse.
the only members they added were Spider Bite, Spider Punk, and Spider Man India, which I think is perfect. That's like the perfect Spider Man group.
Bro, I love Spider India. I don't know why, but he just got us.
He's
Him and
very,
Spider-Punk
he's very
have a
likable.
good
And
place in my heart.
He escaped the trauma curse. He escaped it because of Miles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
again, why is he Spider-Man?
He got bit. He's just lucky.
Technically,
He's just the most conveniently happy Spider-Man. That's it. There's no backstory to it. It's just he's just lucky. He's the odd one out.
But same with Gwen, because Gwen didn't go through that.
She lost
Peter. That was her Uncle Ben.
But
but after she became Spider-Woman. Like
Still,
she was already
she
saving
still
people.
lost.
no. But here's the thing. Remember, Miguel said you don't become that until like a captain dies. Her dad quit.
We still don't know. Her story's not finished. I could say that now. Like we have.
No, there's definitely the
and
next
same
one.
with
I have a
Miles. We don't
feeling
know
is
what's
gonna
happen
be
with
just
his
like
dad.
that.
We don't know what happens with his dad. So it's like. It's really yet to come.
Yeah. So the ending was crazy. I was so invested.